Well, hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome to Operation Remote Resilience on the Warriors at Ease channel. My name is Robin, and I am a certified Warriors at Ease yoga and meditation teacher. Thank you for joining me today, and I will be offering you a 30-minute restorative practice, which is designed to unwind tension and anxiety from the body and mind through the use of supported props and poses, and kind of getting into a deeper awareness of our breath connection. So some of the poses, the props I'm going to be using in the poses today are pillows that you can just grab from your couch. I'm going to use a couple of those. I have a couple of I have 3 folded blankets, and I'm using these for some of my supports, but I also have a bolster. Not everybody has bolsters, so, long couch cushions, rolled up towels, things like that. Even a soft rolled yoga mat can be useful to lay on your neck. So whatever you have at home, just kind of grab quickly and bring things here because it's kind of fun to play with the props. The key with restorative is to find ways to bring more comfort into the body and more support. So you're going to have to adjust for yourself. I will make you recommendations and guide you through the poses, but plan to spend about 3 to 5 minutes in each pose and to find supports that will make you feel comfortable. So you may have to spend a little bit of your beginning pose just easing your way in and finding what's working best in your body. So we're going to start today with a simple supported back bend, and I'm going to start with just one of the decorative pillows that fits for me in my back, for my upper back, and then I have a rolled blanket for my neck and head. All right, so I'm going to ease my way on down in. And the key with this pose is to be able to feel your chest lift. So you're going to tuck that pillow so that it really helps to open up the rib cage. And then bring your soles of your feet to the floor and kind of widen them to the edges of your mat. And bring your knees inwards to kind of support your legs. So the pillow may be down underneath your pelvis, but not all the way down. You want to feel the tip of your sacral part of your spine, your lowest part of your spine on the mat. And then the pillow is just kind of underneath the back and mostly in the upper back. And then the neck roll is right under the neck to support the head and the neck. And your shoulders kind of fall softly down in between the pillow and the roll. And then you just allow your hands to roll to the back of your hands, palms up. And let's begin by noticing the breath. I have a Chinese mantra today that I think helps me find relaxing images in nature. And the first part is body like mountain. So we're kind of doing a resting mountain pose right now. We're reclining on the earth. And then the next part is breath like the breeze. So that helps us to kind of tap into the concept of the flowiness of our breath. And the third part is mind like sky. And as you breathe, to find that spaciousness, perhaps think about on your inhale, letting thoughts just drop away. Imagine the expansive blue sky and having a sense of a still, clear mind as you breathe. I'm going to take you into a very short, structured breath, which we don't do a lot in restorative because we really want you to find your ease in your own breath. But I think to get us started today, this might be a nice way to kind of connect more with the breath and take it in a little more deeply. So this is Paloma Breath, who my teacher and mentor, Annie Okerlund with Warriors at Ease, was teaching online the other day, and it reminded me, and I was like, hey, that's such a nice breath. And she was commenting that it's a great breath for releasing anxiety and tension and bringing calming, which is what restorative is all about. So let's try it. And it's a 3-part breath. And what you do is you sip, just take a little short breath and bring the breath all the way down into the lower belly. And then you sip again and you focus on bringing the breath into expanding your rib cage. And then you sip one more time and feel the breath fill you all the way up. And then you release the breath on a long exhale and take it right out of your mouth. Exhale right through your mouth just to have that sense of release. All right, let's try it together. Into the belly, into the rib cage, into the chest, and exhale. And it's really okay if you let out a little sigh. Let's try that again. Sip into the belly, sip into the rib cage, sip into the chest, and then a nice sigh out. And one more time. Sip into the lower belly. Sip into the rib cage. Sip into the chest. And a big sigh out, nice and long. Now notice what is happening in your pose. Can you feel the belly, the lowest part of the belly, kind of drop down towards the back? And then feel the support of the earth or your prop underneath your back, holding you up and yet allowing for more spaciousness in the belly area and across your rib cage. Take a moment to just really notice the breath flow in and out of the spaciousness. Allowing thoughts to drop away. The shoulders to soften and release on the earth. And the head and neck to feel supported. And let's try taking about 5 more breaths here. Easy breaths. Noticing what begins to shift as you just allow yourself to breathe. You know, there's a concept about resetting. You think about your electronics. Sometimes they get a little stuck, and what do? You unplug them, right? You let them rest, and then you plug them back in again. And guess what? They probably start working. And we're kind of the same way. We need to unplug, go into more of a being mode than a doing mode. And that's precisely what restorative allows us to do, is to just be for a while in our poses versus feeling like we have to be active and we have to do something. We have to accomplish something. These are resting poses. Resting yoga for stressful times. Okay, now I want you to think about getting ready to shift. We're going to roll to our side. So I'm going to roll off of my pillow towards you and just release that pillow from my back. And I'm going to stay on my side. I'm going to keep my head on this roll, and actually, you know what? I'm going to bring this pillow back and put it between my thighs. And I'm going to lay right here on my side, pillow between the thighs, legs one stacked on top of the other. Just let my top hand just release to the earth. My other hand is just kind of alongside the blanket here. And just feel my side of my body and my rib cage resting on the earth now. So you may need to adjust for yourself here. Notice what's happening in your hips. Notice the comfort level with the stack of your legs. How it feels to have the rib cage releasing on the earth. Notice what you notice and adjust if you need to. Because in restorative, you want to spend some time breathing into the pose, you want to feel supported and like you can just release and soften with each exhale. Notice where the breath feels easy in your body and where maybe there's still some tension, pockets of tension, some sense of resistance as you breathe. Where does the breath flow with ease? And where maybe do we need to bring in a little more breath so we can release tension from our tissues? So in the language of warriors at ease, we want to bring more comfort into the body and ease into the mind. All right, take a couple more breaths here, and then we're going to switch positions. We're going to go to the other side. So begin to prepare yourself, and you can simply roll over to the other side if you wish. But I'm going to get up and I'm going to switch to the other end of my mat just so that I can stay facing you. All right, so I'm going to just press down on my top hand and I'm just going to draw myself up. And I'm going to grab my roll and bring it over here. Taking my time because I'm already starting to feel really relaxed. I hope you are too. All right, so adjusting here. Pillow between the thighs. I'm just going to ease my way down onto my shoulder, neck onto the roll, neck and head. Gently stack my legs one on top of the other. Bring my top arm hand just down to rest on the mat. And my other arm is just kind of tucked around the blanket roll. So let's be curious on what we feel on this side. Does it feel the same? Or have you noticed already some shifting in your musculature that doesn't feel quite as soft and easy? Or maybe this side feels better than the other side. Take a minute to pause and notice where your breath is going on this side. Notice what parts of your torso are rising with the breath, are connecting with the breath. Where do you feel breath sensation in your body now? And notice the weight in your legs as they are supported by the earth beneath you. But at the same time, there's this stacking. And this is why I think a prop in between the legs really helps with that. It really helps distribute the weight and the energy in our legs. I often use a pillow to sleep at night, and it helps to comfort me and again kind of redistribute the weight in my lower body. It just makes me a little more relaxed. So take a few more breaths here, and then we're going to slowly make our way up into a seated pose. All right, are you ready? We'll begin to shift. Press down, rise on up. Come on over. We're going to shift to a seated pose here now. So you can keep your pillow handy. So we're going to do a supported forward fold. And this is a pose that you are definitely going to have fun playing with your props and seeing what you can do with your props. I forgot to mention you could have blocks here too, but I don't think you really need them. I think if you have pillows and blankets, you can do what you need to do. So I'm going to bring my bolster and blanket stack on top of my legs. Again, if you don't have the bolster, don't worry about it. Just try to stack some pillows high enough that you can rest your torso and perhaps your head forward. What's kind of nice about having all this stack is it kind of puts a little bit of weight onto your legs and it kind of tethers you more to your mat. And then you can kind of release your upper body forward. So that's what we're going for, is this soft roundedness of just bringing the head forward supported. Arms can be holding on to the props, or you can kind of just let them drift down to the mat. And then just find a way to support your head. And what I'm feeling right now is just a really nice lengthening through my whole back and even my neck, because I'm supporting all the way to my forehead. I know this might look a little goofy, but it actually feels really good. So it's finding a way to place things in front of your body so that you can fold over and not feel any pulling or strain, and just feel support in these large muscle groups that support your whole body, really, especially your upper body. So as you are here, I invite you to consider the cues of pause, soften, connect, allow, and feel, sense what's happening, what's shifting maybe, as you allow yourself time to reset. Allow yourself to unplug and to just take time for self-care. It may not be easy to go here. You may fight it. You may want to move and do something else. But if you give yourself time, there's possibilities to explore, curiosities about what you may experience, giving yourself time to do so. Let me give you time for a few more breaths here. And then we're going to prepare to shift. So as you release a nice long exhale, we're going to begin to shift this mountain of props. And I'm going to bring it right down onto the mat in front of me. I'm going to remove my pillows, and I'm just going to come with this nice long bolster and blanket stack here. And I'm going to come to a supported child's pose. So I'm going to widen my knees. I'm going to bring the stack right here in between my legs. And again, the prompt here is to just fold over, release like water, just flow right over the bolster stack. Allow yourself to release long through your back. So this is a very restorative child's pose. We're not only releasing back muscles, but we're supporting the front of our body as well. And we're allowing ourselves to feel nurtured. This stimulates a relaxation response in the brain. And so you may begin to feel yourself soften here.
This is one of the key poses for rest and digest, a calming reaction in our nervous system. Again, a nice place to pause and soften. Notice the connection of body to the supports. See if you can allow yourself to feel supported. See if you can explore a feeling of being nurtured. An opportunity for some self-compassion. And it's also a great place to let the mind rest on the actual pillows, but also the pillow of the breath. All right. A couple more breaths here. And then we're going to begin to walk our hands up and come up out of our supported child's pose. We're going to go into a side-lying deer pose, which is going to have both sides. We're going to go into the pose twice, once for each side of the body. Okay, so for me, I'm going to need to move one of these blankets. And again, this is something you have to judge for yourself as far as how long you are in your torso. You're going to sit right next to your bolster stack or your blanket stack. And again, this time, instead of the front of your body pouring over the stack, it's going to be your rib cage, the side of your rib cage. Right? And you're going to lay long. And one of the things you can try, and I'm going to even bring over another pillow and see how I like this. Maybe I want to have a pillow between my thighs on this one too. But one of the things you can do here is to bring the top arm over, interlock your fingers, and allow yourself to open on this side of the body as well. So you get to choose if it feels good. It may be your shoulders that don't like this so much. So try it and see. It feels kind of good, I think, in the first few breaths. I kind of stretch open and long here. And by the way, this pose is excellent for your digestive functions and for supporting your internal organs and the function that they're doing in your body. This enhances that and stimulates that, especially your pancreas, liver. So, good reason to do this pose, but it's a little bit different, feels different in the sense that we're really opening the side of the body. So as I was saying with the top arm, if it starts to feel pinchy and uncomfortable in your shoulder, maybe you bring this arm down and you just lengthen long through the arm that you're lying on, the arm on the stack. If this is super uncomfortable for you and it's not working at all, you can always shift and bring both arms down and come a little bit more onto the front of your body. But the idea is to get the expansion on the sides of the rib cage. So as long as you can stay in it, try for that. Okay, a few more breaths here. And then I'm going to inhale up. Are you ready? As soon as you are ready, please take your time. Coming out of these poses, keep it soft and gentle. Be gentle with yourself as you move from pose to pose. And again, I hope you practice on your own time too and spend as much time in these poses as you would enjoy. 3 to 5 minutes in each pose is recommended. So I'm going to shift now you can just simply turn over, but since I'm on camera, I'm going to just switch sides. All right, so same thing. So coming to the edge of my stack, I'm just going to pour my torso right over. You know what else might feel good too? You could even try this, is maybe putting a pillow underneath your, oh yeah, oh this is yummy. So I'm putting another pillow underneath my head here. And now I'm going to bring this arm over. This is my cranky shoulder. I'll be honest with you, I got one. This shoulder just sometimes doesn't lie down right. So I'm going to hold this pose here, and I'm going to breathe. And I'm going to see if I can really encourage that shoulder to relax. But if it doesn't like it, I'm just going to lower my hand to the earth. So we'll see. We'll see how it feels today. And if it feels like it can release and soften. And I'm thinking about that shoulder as I breathe. I'm inviting it to relax. I'm inviting it to release. And I really think the pillow under my head is helping because it's kind of leveling out my neck a little bit. So it's working with the shoulder. It's talking to the shoulder. What's happening in your body? What body parts are talking for you? Where are you noticing more spaciousness, more length, a sense of opening, perhaps releasing, letting go, not holding on to tension that we don't need to have in the body. And I think restorative practice helps teach us that it's okay to be in a pose without feeling tension. It teaches us how to find that sense of release. Okay, a few more breaths here, and then we're going to switch. So just begin to ready yourself to switch to the next pose. But it will be a supportive one. All right, I'm going to release my top arm. Oh yeah, it did okay. My shoulder did okay. I really do think that having the pillow support here made a difference. It's kind of fun exploring what you can do with your props. Okay, we're going into Mountain Brook. So Mountain Brook is an interesting pose because it's going to allow us to release more through the chest and the neck and the head. So that being said, I'm going to caution you a little bit on this one. If you have any cervical issues, you may want to just support your head. This pose is going to invite you to roll on your neck and let the weight of the head drop back. If that's too much in your neck for whatever is going on, then just fully support your head and your neck with a pillow or your blanket roll. So we're going to kind of do that simple back bend again, but then we're going to add, oh, I'm sorry, it's not a pillow. I'm going to use 2 blankets. Sorry, changing my mind here. I want to show you this one. This is the correct way to do this pose. There are correct suggested ways, but you always listen to your body. That is your correct way. When your body says, this is what I need, that's how you know. You feel pinching or pulling or straining, then it's not good for your body. So I'm going to use 2 blanket stacks here, and what I'm going to seek to do is rest my shoulder blades kind of right at the center part, the bottom of my shoulder blades, right at the center part of my stack right here. Okay, and then this blanket roll is going under my neck. And then I'm going to bring something to support my knees or lower legs. So it could be a stack of pillows or a bolster or another rolled blanket. All right, so I'm putting my back onto this stack. And again, you have to decide for your length of your torso how many stacks what you stack here. So I think I'm good. I could maybe take it down 1, but I'm okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stay here with this stack. My shoulder blades are right above the center of my blanket stack. My shoulders are literally dropping in between the blanket stack and the neck roll. And my neck roll is under my neck so that my head can kind of tilt back. Again, if you have cervical issues, completely support your neck and your head. And then I'm just going to allow myself to tilt back so I can create more space in my neck.
So please draw your breath and your attention into this part, your upper chest, your neck, a little notch between your collarbones. Imagine breathing freely through your neck. And feel the releasing of your jaw. Things should definitely shift here as you're in this pose. Notice where your tongue is in your mouth. Try to relax your tongue. You may feel the back of your throat drop away a little bit and more space behind your nasal openings. Allow the spaciousness to happen. Allow the breath to move. And notice that you are supported as you breathe. This is a bit of a back bend and a big expansion across the chest. And again, the belly is dropping down towards the earth. And as Judith Hanson Lassiter, kind of the mother figure for restorative yoga, said, I love this quote, give up the unspoken words. Allow yourself to feel free in the mind, the thoughts to drop away, and the freedom in the throat and the chest. Freeing your voice. So this is definitely a pose that you could spend time in. But it looks like we have come to the end of our half hour. So I'm going to roll over, push myself up, and I'm going to invite you to stay in this pose as long as possible. To simply feel more of a release. I'm going to send you off with a little lullaby. May the sun always shine above you, and may love always surround you. May your heart be filled with peace, love, and compassion. Om Shanti, peace, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me as a part of Warriors at Ease, Operation Remote Resilience. I hope you enjoyed the class. This video will be available shortly on the Warriors at Ease channel. Please consider visiting the link below and making a donation to keep these classes happening. Viewers like you make it possible for teachers like me to continue offering these services. So I am Robin, signing off of Warriors at Ease, Operation Remote Resilience, and wishing you health, resilience, and connection. Namaste.